drunk people energies is hard to handle at a wedding, but I could just go to bars and chill, just have a ciders or water. But like if you tell people, oh, I don't smoke cigarettes or weed, people are like, oh, dude, great for you, man, good for you. And you tell them you don't drink, they bombard with questions. Oh, why not? Not even this? What about just a drink or two? It's like, what? Like, why are you forcing me to question my healthy lifestyle? That's crazy. Right. But I just want to put a comparison with smoking and drinking. But yeah, my first near-death experience was actually in 2014 or 2015. That's when I first moved to Philadelphia. I went out on the weekends. Like I said, I used to drink a lot. And I'm one of those social butterflies where I get sick of my friends. I'm too social for my friends that after a certain drink, I ditch them because they're too boring for me and I make new friends. And I used to social smoke. That's another thing about alcohol. When you're drunk, you put whatever in your mouth. Anything that moves, just put in your mouth. And I went outside to get some cigarettes, and I found myself in downtown Philadelphia in their neighborhood where there's a lot of like popping clubs. And this club is called Woody's. It's one of the biggest clubs in all of Philadelphia, which is, I thought it was pretty safe because it's downtown. And I found myself being a drunk, blacked out social butterfly into the alleyway for some reasons. I could have just gone back to the club. And I turned around. There was this guy. He jumped me. I have a scar right here from my head trauma from that weekend. I still never recovered some of the memories. He knocked me out, took my phone, my wallet, my belt, and my loafers that I had on at the time. And I woke up the next day in the ER. And I said, shit, I drank too much. I must have just blacked out, alcohol poisoning. And the nurse told me, no, a bystander had to call you in because you were bleeding out in the alleyway by Woody's because someone jumped me. And I filed that report to the detective after I got discharged. And they asked me point blank, he's like, did you get stabbed? I said, no, but I almost got stabbed. I have a scar from getting knocked out on the curbway. And he looked at me in straight eyes and told me, dude, don't even try. Hundreds of people get stabbed and shot every night in Philly. Your report not even going to make it to the top 10. So I never even got to file my case. And here's a crazy part. I went out and drank again the next weekend. That's what alcohol does. And I have extremely high willpower and disciplines. I'm a mindset habit person since I was 14. But guess what? I almost got stabbed and died. First weekend in Philadelphia, and I resumed that like nothing happened the next weekend. That's crazy. That's alcohol.
Yeah. Driving blacked out drunk, barely made it home, and then be like, can't wait to do it again. And you can't see, you just vibing. Yeah. And it's horrible. We laughing. It's a satire podcast, so we laughing because it's so terrible. It's just like, dude, and a lot of people listening. Yeah. A lot of the people listening been there. They're probably doing it now.
Like, how many people, like, if you're a female, like, you get your hair pulled back in the toilet, and you're like, oh, I'm never drinking again, until 8 hours later. Oh, you want to go out for a brunch tomorrow morning? Hell yeah. It's like, what? You were just puking your guts out, like green acid, and now you're back at it. So it's a very powerful substance for sure.
Oh, wow. So we talked about alcohol. And that's one of the reasons we now, of course, it centers around just making bad choices.